Hello and welcome. Today we're at LEGOLAND Windsor for their Brick or Treat event, and we're going to start just at the bottom of the hill train. We're going to have a look at some of the little different displays. You can see with this one they've actually got real pumpkins and the plastic injection mould ones, the big plastic ones. They're not made from the actual Lego brick, so you will have to sort of spot the different type of pumpkins that they've used this year, because last year they had thousands of pumpkins dotted around, but they have made it completely different this time round. So in the comments below, let me know what you spot that is new. If you can't make it in for the 2022 season, over the next couple of videos that have either been uploaded before this one or the ones that are still to come, we will do our best to hunt down all of the different bits and pieces that they have added in for Halloween. But we are making our way over to Heartlake City, and then we'll have a good look around Heartlake City as we go. But you can see they've got all the flags and all the big banners and everything dotted around, so it does look very effective where they have put all of the Halloween bits and pieces, and they've just put one or two pumpkins round, real pumpkins dotted about with these big Lego models down here. So we're going to take a look and a walk through the Lego City, and then we're just going to take the most direct route to Heartlake City. Now this is not a full park tour or a this is where all the rides are sort of video. This is very much a case of just spotting all the new bits and pieces that are available for Halloween. If you are interested in regards to, for example, this ride here, there are plenty of videos within the LEGOLAND Windsor playlist of me getting a much more detailed view of all the rides in action and everything else like that, and much more sort of zonal videos where everything is located, along with full park tours. But this one, like I said, we are making our way over to the Heartlake City, but I know there is quite a few different bits and pieces Halloween themed to find. Now, walking over this bridge, that was the burger bar to the right hand side, which I've never seen open just yet, but that might be just because of the time that I keep coming, because don't forget I film all the videos at the quietest point possible, so not everything's going to be open, so I don't come in at peak time, so it allows me to get more videos done during the day, and we get to see a little bit more. So I do like, for example, this Lego City sign, because we are in the Lego City section. They do have all of the actual Lego models on top of the Lego City sign, so they are Lego model built. And then over the bridge, just to the left hand side here where this water is, you also have a lot of models dotted around, so if you sort of stop and look, there are plenty of them about. And then this will loop around the outside where you can get your hot food, sort of like your barbecue bits and pieces where they do all the grill. That's just up here where you can see the blue tarp, which is all closed off, but if you then turn left, the water will carry on. Now with regards to the water, I can't remember back in sort of 2016, 2017, if this boat ride where the Coast Guard HQ is actually moved further over to this section just here. This is obviously a big Brick or Treat attraction. They've got a lot of the pumpkins and all the other little bits and pieces dotted around. I think that was quite effective. But that water area just there, I can't remember if that was a usable space before the haunted house was put in. So if you can remember, please let me know in the comments below. This is the bridge where is one of the only bits of shade when it's boiling hot. That's where a lot of people sit down and grab an ice cream. Now if you remember this from last year, this probably had maybe 6 to 8 characters per side, loads and loads of pumpkins dotted around, and they had a load of tombstones with jokes written on. Now they've only got the two monster fighter characters on either side. I think they're monster fighters on this side as well. Yes, they are. I would imagine they've probably not used the tombstones because it's so close to the Queen's passing. I would imagine, because they didn't use that in the their main walkthrough attraction either. Obviously, they do have them in stock and storage, but they've just not put any of those out. So they have done it completely differently this year. But again, let us know how you think that sort of section compares to what it did look like last year. Now we are in the Heartlake City section. The video is only 9 minutes long. That took 3 minutes and say 40 seconds to get to, and there's not a massive amount regards to look for with the Halloween bits, because they are all on the way to the Friends section. But what you will have a very good look at towards the end of the video is all of the different models. And I actually managed, because it's so quiet, I managed to get into, for example, the ice cream factory for the first ever time and have a quick look at the inside of that. So there is some different bits and pieces to come from here. This down there to the right hand side would have been the only bit regarding Halloween, which I do believe would have been a character meet and greet. So they have a couple of those banners in different sections where the characters will be out in obviously live costume, and you can get your photo taken. And apparently they do come up to the main entrance quite a lot as well, so I was being told by the members of staff. So on the map, if you've been following this right from the beginning, on the map there was a load of pumpkins dotted around, and there was one pumpkin in the Friends area, and that would be what that bit will be for. So that'd just be a photo opportunity. So that is your Legoland Express. That is the bit where it takes you all the way around. I ran out of time to get on that. It would have been interesting if I managed to get on it if they had added in anything Halloween themed, but on the map it didn't look like there was anything at all, and it was just very much a case of I wanted to get as many videos done as possible. And I actually did manage to get the whole park done, the Miniland done, and the shops, so it was literally non-stop filming all day. But it does mean I get to rewatch it all back now, and hopefully you guys can put your input into what you think regarding the theming. So as we come round, like I keep saying in all the videos, and I've already said it in this one, we are not looking at the rides, we will be looking at more of the models, and then obviously major thing is spotting the difference regarding. But I actually filmed the bit at the start of this and this bit completely separate at a different point of the day, but the actual friends section when I put it together is so short, I thought, right, we'll do it slightly differently. And then I remembered that at the end of the day I actually ended up filming all the models to make this video slightly longer. Otherwise it would have just been like a 2-minute walk round, because there was nothing apart from that, the character meet and greet, and obviously that wasn't running at the time, and there was no show going on either. That's another big thing that they have down here. So the friends section is mainly for live entertainment, but obviously depending on what time you come down. So there's not so much the theming, but it's more live entertainment in the friends section. So you've got to bear that in mind, and obviously you've got to check the timetable for when everything goes live. But apparently the shows are very, very good, and I've said this every single time, I think it would look spectacular at night with all the different purples, greens and oranges that they use within all of the colours for their lighting. But you've got to admit it does look extremely effective that they have how they've changed all the fascia and the theming for this Heartlake city. I think it's been at Legoland now for a good while, but this didn't actually always used to be Heartlake City, which is amazing. But in the comments below, if you can remember what it used to be before they changed everything to Friends, let me know. See if you can remember. I know what it is, but I don't want to spoil it for people. But it was amazing how much they've changed it, and I think how it looks just like it does with the actual set. So now we're going to have a look at all the different figures that are on display, so all the different models that are on display, shall I say, within the Heartlake City section, so we can have a good look round. And again, this is filmed at another completely different part of the day. Some of them, like this one for example, I think it's the first time I've seen this one, because we are right behind us is the adventure section, and these were put in, so I remember doing an update on this saying that they are going to be adding them in, and they added the actual big signs in for Heartlake City. But those models I think aren't new, or the duck is, at least to me. And this I've never ever walked in, and it smelt absolutely amazing in here. So load of different ice creams, all the different bits and pieces in there. It smelt fantastic. So if you've no wonder there's always a queue when you're walking by in the summer. So obviously this is one of the models that are dotted outside, and yeah, it didn't take long actually, because by the time I had actually filmed all these bits and came back, the queue was all the way back on the outside. So I couldn't have timed that any better if I tried. And obviously they've got the extension queue on the outside, and it is always in. So no humans, monsters only, because they have these lights. So again, you know that they're going to be used for the show, and more than likely be much more effective at a later date in the evenings. Now guys, I am starting to run out of time, so if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let me know how this section compares to your local Legoland. Have they done it the same way, where this is the main hub for live entertainment, or have they gone a bit more Halloween themed but not so much for the entertainment side of it? So let everybody else know in the comments below, guys and girls, if you get a chance to go down for the 2022 season. Hopefully you enjoyed the little walk to Heartlake City as well, and now you're enjoying all the different models that are on display. But help each other in the comments, give me some feedback as well with regards to what your park looks like. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.